Hi guys, this is Martin, aka Martin the Vlogger, and this channel is everything about riding, fun, and petrol head. And today it is also about telling you the full story, the tips, the hidden secrets about the Beast and actually how it became really unstoppable, like handling Beast on the road. It took me good 6 years. It really took me since 2015 to understand the bike and to really like find the right tools, find the right upgrades in order for me to say really now it's the bike how I want it. It's the bike that handles great, and I'm not only talking like, who knows me, you know that I'm a little bit riding sometimes crazy, but you know, I just came from an event. It was riding event with a lot of spiders, and I was not riding fast, and I was enjoying those corners because then it was the front wheels were not sliding. I was able to go around the corners. I didn't need to cut the lanes, so it was just absolutely epic. So today I'll tell you the secret. We will go through all of these things. And also, one lady has asked me like, Martin, you already discussed some of the upgrades, but you never really said like what they are really doing. I'm terribly sorry, ma'am, that I have forgot your name. It's super rude, but I forgot, so my apology. However, it's a great question. So I will go item by item, and there are several of the things that help me to improve the Beast over the time. And it's not an advice, it's just my story and the things that are working for me. Guys, enough of this. Let's get started. Guys, now before we'll start, you know I usually ask at this stage that hit the subscribe button, have the notifications on, hit the like, comment, blah blah. But today, apart from this, I will ask you that you can support me in case you like my content, in case you like what I'm bringing to the Spyder and now even to the Riker community. In case you like it, you can go to MartinTheVlogger.com, and there is actually a banner where you can click and become a Patreon, and you can unlock the exclusive content. So from $1.99 you can become a Patreon and support my channel. It would be awesome because I can bring more content like this, and one day maybe I can become a full-time. And from $4.99 you can get exclusive content, so lock content only for Patreons. And I was actually recording one on this weekend for Patreons, so whatever is happening behind the scenes, new products, what I'm working on, because there is a lot that I will bring to the community. So in case you want, MartinTheVlogger.com, click the banner and support this channel. Now, we have a lot on our plate today. I'll try to be short and we will go through these items. The order, I think it will be fair to say in the order like how I was upgrading the Beast. I will tell you what they are about, how they help your bike. I'm not a technician, so I can tell it to you from my point of view, and in case I'm wrong, just write it into a comment and I will try to update it on the vlog or on the blog, doesn't matter. Also I'll tell you where you can get it, and many things you can get on MartinTheVlogger.com/shop. Yep, my shop, the largest European shop for Can Am Spyder and Riker aftermarket parts. Good, a lot of promo, let's get rolling. So, my absolute number one thing that towards the handling that I have done, of course, almighty Baharon sway bar. I'm still riding with it. It's 6 years on my bike, and the story is not like does it really help, because it helps, but the story is like what it really does, because not a lot of people understand how such a thing that it's only thicker comparing to the stock one, because everybody has a sway bar, but it's thicker and it comes with the steel or aluminum links that they are replacing a plastic ones. This whole thing helps your bike to corner better, helps your bike in the windy conditions, helps your bike to change the directions, helps you not to work that hard with your hands, because I can say it works almost like power steering wheel, like advanced power steering wheel, because we have something like that on our Spyders. So let me see where I have one. It's here. Okay, so this is the stock one. Now this is the Baharon sway bar. So you can directly see it's much heavier. And not always heavier is better, but in this case it is. And it's bigger. And actually on my website you can find also one German sway bar. It's from H&R, so very good German manufacturer, and that one is even bigger. And I love Baharon, but if I have it on my shop, I will probably go over winter time for the H&R. It's more expensive, but it's thicker, so it's gonna be tiny bit better. Anyway, so what it basically does and how it helps. I had to stop the video because I was talking way too much, and I really want to make it super easy. So actually I was thinking how to do it. And let me just first show you. Okay, where is the sway bar? Or better said, it's anti-sway bar, okay? So it's located here, it's going under the bike, and it connects via these links. Let me see. These are the links. The I have the black ones from La Monster. So we have these links. It connects this arm to the other arm on the bike. Now, and by the way, the links that you have originally there, they are plastic. And with Baharon or with H&R, you will change them to these steel ones. And people told me like they can cope up with 4 tons. These one can cope up with 16 tons. People told me that it's not necessary always to change them. And I can tell you it's absolutely necessary to change them. Believe me or not, your call. But you know, plastic will be always, you know, moving tiny bit, when the aluminum or steel will not so. And the thing is, like, many people, especially on Rikers, they are changing on the links because it's super easy to change the links, and it's big pain to change the sway bars on the Rikers, not on the Spyders, but on the Rikers it's very, it's not that easy, and many people change only the links, and in that way it doesn't work. So you need to have a complete kit in order to really feel the difference. Now, again, I'm talking a lot, so what it really does, and people will tell you that it will like reduce the amount how much your bike rolls. There you go. I was thinking how to say it, but you know, the rolling, it's kind of important, but how to say it like in a kind of easy way is that when you're going around the corners, and it doesn't matter how fast you go, or it matters, but let's say you're going around corners, and of course you know that if you're going to the left, you're putting a lot of pressure basically on your right side, because your bike, it's basically hooked on the right side, and the left wheel has a tendency to go up, right? So stronger the sway bar, the less of this movement, all right? That's the first thing, and it's very important, because once your wheel is not touching the ground, you are basically making from 3-wheeler on a 2-wheeler, and the front wheels will start to slide, and that actually the situation where the nanny kicks in, and you start to be, you know, pushed, and starts to brake, and starts to, you know, do the things that nobody wants. And it's, maybe you have noticed it, that very significant it is when you are going actually down the hill and there is a sharp corner. One wheel has really like almost no pressure basically on it, and it will start to slide, and then you are done. So these things are basically, you know, I'm sorry, but they are kind of balancing the pressure that you have on the one wheel, and they are transforming the pressure on the other side as well. So still, I don't know if it's super clear, but this is how I imagine it, how it works. And I can tell you, changing the lanes overtaking, we have those lanes that are, I call them rails. I don't know if it's correct, but from the heavy trucks, you know, it's quite common here in Eastern Europe. So when you're going from that kind of type of road and you need to avoid them or whatever, changing quick lanes, being in a high wind, new RT 2020, so heavy item, or not item, so heavy vehicle, that thing, it's a must. You invest a lot into your bike. I don't know why BRP is not putting a better sway bars, don't ask me that, but probably cost saving. But the sway bar was the first thing on my list. Now I will finish with kind of one thing that I say to every customer on my website that is buying a sway bar. Go out there, and why I'm doing it is because there are a lot of comments that I have a sway bar and there is nothing that is doing it to me. I don't think it's worth. You know, with all respect, I think that person is just not understanding the bike, or two, was never riding without or with the stock one. So what I'm always saying to my customers is go for 50 kilometers, the best, the better, the more twisty, the better road. Come back, change the sway bar, change the links, and go for the same road and just write me. And you know what? Just write me a review directly on my website, because I haven't had any bad or not even a neutral comment so far. So that was the first thing what I have changed. Now, second thing. Number 2 on the list was probably shocks. Now let's talk about shocks and springs, because I will give you 2 options or 2 solutions. Before that, I owe you one more thing. I promise you that I will tell you always where you can get the solutions that I'm talking about. So, sway bar, if you are in the US, Baharon on the Facebook or La Monster Garage for sure. If you are from any other region, MartinTheVlogger.com/shop, and I have, or basically if you are in the US and you would like to have the German one, you go to MartinTheVlogger.com/shop. Now, how to talk about basically the springs, what are the options, what I'm using, why I'm not using Elka, and why I have springs on my shop only, and what they do, where you can get it, blah blah blah. So what the shocks can do for you, or what the springs can do for you, and why it is important to change them. Again, I'm not really sure. You can get a Fox Podium. This is like how your Spyder will arrive with this Fox Podium 1.0 at the front. You can upgrade it to 1.5, I guess. I don't think it's, honestly, I don't know why, but I don't think it's really worth to do it, or at least it would be not me who would pay extra for that. At the back, many people don't know that the BRP can actually sell you a spring at the back, that it's for 2-up riding. However, the stock one, it's terrible, and you will just slightly upgrade it to less terrible, so it's a no-no. Now for the back, there is nothing like you can change only the spring, at least I'm not aware of that kind of solution, so you need to change the whole shock. So basically, of course, for those that don't know, this is the shock, this is the spring. I'm riding with WILBERS. The only reason why I went for WILBERS is because at that time it was not possible to get Elka in Europe. Now here are some distributors, but I'm not really working with them. I can get you, or I can help you to get for a better price WILBERS if you're in Europe. If you're in the US, I would go for Elka. The thing, what is happening at the back, I mean, if you're not a super heavy dude, you might be fine, but if you're riding 2-up, it's just a nightmare. The rear shock, it's really terrible, and what you will be sitting like a duck, you know, everything will be so low. And try to imagine like the spring, when you will be sitting like, this is the normal size of the spring that is there, and when you will be 2-up, it will be like this, hypothetically. And this is the only window where the spring can work, and at some point it will create a bumpy ride, super crazy bumpy for yaw. You will feel super uncomfortable, and that's what the rear shock is all about. Front shocks. Again, guys, this is how I understand it. I don't want to say I'm technically correct. Front shocks, again, WILBERS is the same story. I have the clicking mechanism, and you know I'm a crazy rider. I have never touched it, so I can adjust the stiffness as I want, but I never did it. They just made a custom built shocks for me based on my weight, but I'm not using like additional settings because I don't have time when I'm riding. I'm enjoying the road, I'm not doing anything else. Why the front? It's super important, and what it does to you. And many people say like, oh, okay, I don't want to spend extra money on it. I'm not riding super fast. Maybe you're thinking like, you're not Martin the Vlogger. Of course you're not, but you know, you're not going that fast around the corners. It's not about that. It's about, again, nanny kicking in and making your ride painful. Especially, again, I will be talking down the hill, sharp corners, you'll be sliding. And why it is so, if you have a stock shock, try to, you know, stand on one side and have a look how much the spring will be shrinked. And more heavy you are, the more or the shorter the space or working space, working window will be there for you. Those stock springs on the Fox Podium 1, super cheap, super terrible. The whole shock, it's great. The spring, it's terrible. And you will not only notice the difference around the corners, in the twisty roads, how the bike, again, how it leans, you know, but also when you will hit the pothole, when you will be on a bumpy road and you will go around the corners on the bumpy road, you want your shock to keep the wheel on the road for as long, basically, as possible. With those stock shocks, when your window is only like this, I mean, like, it will not work well. And basically, try to imagine there will be a lot of holes and a lot of bumpiness, and the stock shock, basically, it's so lazy, it's so weak, it's so unpowerful that you have already passed that road, and then the shock will start to think, okay, I should be doing something. So that's the reason why I have a professional shocks. Now, are they really super great on the basic roads? I think they're a little bit too stiff for the basic roads. I mean, if you have a perfect road, like a circuit, that's the thing that you definitely want to have in front. If you have more of a basic road, super, and this is not really a super sales pitch, but I will go with these. First of all, it's only a fraction of the cost, because this costs something like 300 euros in my shop. There is nobody else selling them. So you can get it only on MartinTheVlogger.com/shop. They are from H&R. They come with a certificate, of course. And what it does, it's a direct replacement for your shock on a Fox Podium 1 or 1.5. They are much more powerful, and the whole Germany is riding with them. You can see they are progressive shocks. So at the beginning, they are much more powerful. In the middle, they are like, you know, there is a bigger space, as you can see. So what it does is basically on the bumpy road, the middle part will create the nice, joyful ride. But however, in the corners, this part will hold you really good. And yeah, you can use these for the Riker 900 or the Riker Rally, I'm sorry, or F3s with the Fox Podium shocks, and it's a thing to go. Definitely either go, if you're in the US, with Elka, if you're in Europe, with WILBERS, or if you like to save money and have really a joy, go for these. Plus one additional sales thing is you don't need to service that shock at all. You need to service Wilbers and Elka every year or every 2 years, depends how many kilometers you make. Now, this was about my second upgrade that I have done on the bike. Now, what was next? And it's not really super important, but it's a good, I just made a video, maybe you have seen it. I did a lot of promo to it because not a lot of people is aware. Here is a button under the passenger seat. Watch the video that I have. It will be popping up on one of the sides right now. That seat or that push button, it's basically, I'm not saying you should be putting this fixed push button there in case you are riding two up. What I'm saying is in case you are having bags, like I always do, or in many cases I have a bag here, your bike will have reduced power. It will not allow you to go around the corners that fast because it will think you have a passenger there. And all you need to put is extra bag there and the power will be shut down. So it's called fixed push button. You can get it only on MartinTheVlogger.com. Nobody else is making them. And if there will be someone, it's gonna be just a copy of my product. That's fine. So, but I had to mention it because it has something to do with the handling. Now, you know what? Actually, I'll show you one cool thing, what we are working on. And I told you that thing. If you're watching my videos, you have seen that thing. It's a cover, it's a cap for the inner part of your wheels, because the plastic one that is there as a stock, I have lost it for like 3 or 4 times already. I'm tired of it. This is aluminium. It's gonna come in different colors, cool designs, and it's not the whole story. Why? Have a look at this. I will just show it to you really like quickly, but at the end of August it will be available and it's gonna be one of a kind. So, you ready? Of course, that's the old wheel, so, but how cool is that? Oh, it's from aluminium and it's high quality, made in Slovakia, super proud of it, made by MTV Manufacturing, nobody else has it. So it will be available for PPA wheels, it will be available for stock wheels, for these wheels, you know, so, and we're gonna call them spikes. So, and it's gonna be a complete kit or separate kit. I don't know how I will position them, but probably a separate kit and complete bundle. Almost forgot, how cool is this? You can have Riker, you can have Spyder, we're gonna have also this one on black in the reverse colors, or you can create your own customized design. So, clock on your wall, to the garage or any place you like. Now let's focus on an upgrade about rims and tires. Of course, tires and handling, I don't have to probably explain you why and why it is good and what it is good for and how bad are the stock Kenda tires. So everybody's trying to figure it out what works the best for him or her. But not a lot of people think about handling and actually joy from the ride while changing the rims. Now, my story was, and you know that I'm planning to do something cool with these PPA. I didn't forget, I promise it, I'm gonna do it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch other videos. But I used to ride for 3 or 4 years with these 16-inch PPA wheels. Of course, probably for 2 years I was riding with stock wheels, yeah, and also with terrible stock Kenda tires. Now I'm riding with these 15-inch PPA with Kenda Can Car Air 20, the new Kenda tires, and the whole handling and whole, you know, experience from riding, it's completely changed. Now, why I was talking about rims, it's because the bigger the rims, you know the rule, the bigger the better. Okay, so I'm well-sized dude, I'm all the best you can get. But with rims, the bigger the heavier. So it's like, So it's like, you know, like heavy thing that you need to turn. So in case you see those pictures of people having 20-inch rims, yeah, they look absolutely great, even though I think like having 20-inch in the front and then a stock 15 at the back looks absolutely terrible. And in case you would like to change also the bag, you need to go for a chain and remove the belt, which is completely stupid thing. But you know, it's everybody's call, and I don't hate, I don't blame, I don't, you know, judge. But because spiders, it's like our world is everything about what we like and how we adjust them, right? Our bikes. So that's absolutely heavy. As I told you, those 20-inch rims, they must be crazy to turn. Stock wheels. So those are the heaviest that I was riding, and the difference is it's 2 kilograms heavier than 15-inch PPA, and those stock ones are 1 kilogram heavier than the 15-inch PPA. Believe me or not, going from 16 to 15, it's like somebody has turned on the power steering wheel, really. I mean, as just that kind of experience. Now tires, back and front. You know, at the back, and I think the best deal that I ever had was the Toyo T1R. I already talked about it, or about tires when I was changing the rims, and you can see the story on my channel. Toyo T1R, it was a 60 euro or 80 euro tire. For the back, it was a car tire. We can spend ages on talking like why some BRP guys don't allow you to change the car tire to the back because it's not a motorcycle tire. Seriously, that's just a stupid thing. They just want to make money out of you. Even though I'm a BRP kind of supporter, guy, whatever, there is no reason why you should not put a car tire. The Canada tires are not motorcycle tires. I mean, it's written there, but it's more of a, I believe, a marketing thing than a real thing. I'm riding with these. In Germany, again, I'm talking about Germany because I'm talking a lot with German people, and I tested the Kumho Extra that you guys are riding in America. It's just terrible tire. The reason why I'm not riding with Toyo anymore is because the T1R it's replaced to asymmetrical, and I cannot have asymmetrical things on the bike and anywhere in my area. This thing, first of all, it looks bloody cool. Second, on a dry road, it sticks like crazy, especially at the front. It's really a great thing. In the rain, super honestly, it could do better. It's not the best out of the best, but still manageable, and still you can have fun. You know, sliding a little, but it's not really like sliding. Don't get me wrong. Don't be, you know, shocked or whatever. But it can be a little bit better. So, combination of the rims and the tires, it's absolutely crucial for me. And maybe one thing, like a lot of people says, like Martin, that they're aftermarket, and you know, BRP sensors are not putting them on the bikes directly. What's the problem? I don't know. Canada don't have a deal with BRP on these new tires, or either they didn't want to, or BRP didn't want to, or I don't know what. But like after many years, Canada came with a new tire. It's like riding BMW 3 Series from 2010 and riding a BMW 3 Series 2021 is that kind of upgrade. So yeah, think whatever you want, and for me they're also much cheaper, and you can get them when you are in Europe on MartinTheVlogger.com/shop. I'm not doing a promotion because of that. I just simply like them. So we went through many things, and the last thing that I have there that's also very crucial for me, actually I will talk about two more things, are the brakes. Brakes, handling, having fun in the corners. But not only that, you don't have to really ride aggressively, and especially when you have RT models, they are heavy. And again, you go up the hill with your passenger, because many on RTs are riding two up, and down you go, you start to cook those brakes. Friend of mine has RT, friend of mine has F3, and he says like F3 is it's braking much better, because of course it's much lighter. So nobody does this, nobody in the whole world does this, but only the MartinTheVlogger. Double layer brake rotors, 6 pistols with different sizes of pistols inside, of the brake calipers, metal carbon metallic brake pads. Why? And I really wanted to go with the Brembo, but believe me or not, MartinTheVlogger is not a big YouTuber, so they told me like maybe around 8,000 euros gonna be the price. We can adjust those brakes to you. A lot of people don't want to. ABC didn't even reply. By the way, in case you have stock brake pads, have a look on EBC brake pads, because I was riding with them and I found it a little bit better than the stock Brembo, and maybe you can save a few dollars. I'm gonna have them on my website. Anyway, these things, yes, I'm gonna have them on my website from, I believe, from August. And I told you, Brembo didn't want to talk to me, basically. EBC even didn't reply. The reason for that is because many people are afraid to play around braking systems and the nanny. I did something like 5,000 kilometers already on them. They're just absolutely amazing, and they will not only brake heavier, they can last longer on heavy braking. So you will not, once the brakes are getting too hot, you will notice the less power in them. And it doesn't, again, has to come with aggressive riding up the hill or aggressive riding around the circuit, that not a lot of people goes to the circuits with Spyders. But it can come with just going down the hill, actually, when you was on a trip with your loved ones. So that's a little bit of the sales thing, but I really love them. They will be for 2,000 euros. They will be on my shop exclusively only, and they will be custom. They are actually custom racing brakes, so there will be some rules that they will apply to them. But for me, MartinTheVlogger cannot cook those brakes. That's how great ventilated they are. That's how cool they are. And I will talk more about the brakes, because I want you to know the whole story about them, what's good and also what's bad, and what to be actually prepared for. So I'm pretty sure, like, I'm gonna receive only 5 sets at the beginning, and half of them it's gone or booked. So 2 more left only. Now, last thing what I wanted to say, and yeah, it's also about handling, and believe me or not, it's this pedal box. And guys, in the US you can get pedal commander. I'm promoting pedal box. Basically, plus minus is the same thing. This one, the difference is that this one is just better, and I'm selling it. Yeah. Anyway, why I like it is because going around the corner or being able to play better with a throttle, that without that thing it's not possible, because your throttle simply don't allow you to use the whole potential of your bike. I have discussed that many times, and actually I'm preparing one very quick video why it is so, because still a lot of people just don't get it. So for me, it's also not only about joy from going faster, about accelerating faster, but it's also about, being able to play with the throttle through the corner the way that I want, and to have super responsive throttle immediately or when I need it. So guys, I'm really thinking if there is anything else I would, if I'm talking about handling, if there was something really done, something other done on my bike. One thing I should probably be doing is getting rid of a little bit of the weight, because I'm bigger as well, but that ain't gonna happen. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. As I said, in case you like what I do, it would be awesome if you support my channel, join it. $1.99 is the beginning, saying basically thank you, supporting you, Martin. And $4.99 and more, it's something that you get a little bit extra from me, behind the scenes, videos about, you know, family and stuff. So a little bit more from Martin the Vlogger. Subscribe, like, visit MartinTheVlogger.com. And by the way, actually I'm running a group on Telegram. So in case you would like to get in touch with me and some other cool guys, because we are having fun, we are not doing anything, we are just talking and sending pictures. So go on a Telegram. Again, you can see it on MartinTheVlogger.com. There is a banner about becoming Patreon, and then there is a banner about Telegram group. Guys, it was a long video. Hopefully you like it. In case you have any questions, write them into a comment. And now, upgrade the bike the way that you want it, and always have fun.